Oh my god, it has been a while. In my personal life with these two, or where are you guys on the screen? Where are you guys?
Down.
Down. Okay. These two, I have been absent from both the internet. If you follow me on Snapchat, I have not been absent, but that's only because I
You
got
should add me
Snapchat
on
on my.
Snap.
I will do that. But if you follow me on Snapchat, I haven't been dead. But if you follow me literally anywhere else, I
You have been.
have. Um, I am alive, you know, but and so
Alive is
is
a strong word.
is playing with fate. Playing with fate is also alive, breathing, living, making content as we were doing right now. So welcome back to Bunker Girls. If you weren't here last session, we just kind of did a fun little lighthearted post-apocalypse one-shot of our two Bunker Girls. I'm gonna say chrysanthemum again. Tell
Carnation.
me
Carnation.
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 Carnation and Eve, our beautiful young ladies who have been uprooted from their normal lives of living in a bunker after a plague swept through and killed their entire families. They are forced to flee into the outside world, which is much different than the world their parents remember. Or great grandparents, should I say. And with that, they have heard about these things called walls, which are walled cities. And they have met up with Aniki, Jeb, Doctor, and Shep, two groups of people who have united in their search for a certain man called the Sidewinder, known to help people living outside the walls get into the safety of a walled city. And I think that is kind of the everything I need to cover. Am I missing anything, guys?
Nope. You are all set.
Oh, actually, would you guys like to introduce yourselves if we have any newbies watching this?
Hi, I'm Fro. I go by any pronouns, but I prefer they, them, and I play Eve.
I'm Lich or Pixie, but they're just gonna call me Pixie, which is totally fine. I use they them pronouns, and I play Carnation. Who
Lich
uses?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Lich is the best. We love Lich.
Thank you. I am the best.
Can we get some gifts in the chat?
Can we get some gifts for me and my cool awesome name?
Yeah.
I can get something for that, but I don't know.
Give us bits. What is I was going to say Tinder. What is the Twitch currency?
It's bits.
Some
money. Oh, it's bits. Okay, yes, I was right the first time.
Yeah.
Bitcoins. Can I get some bitcoins in the chat?
Yeah, can you get like $100,000, please?
Can I get a fourth of a bitcoin, please? Can I pay for this in bitcoin? So without further ado.
Do fucking guys remember in Wormswood when fucking what's her face paid the fucking Uber like
paid a cab driver in bitcoin?
That motherfucker's
No.
rich.
A picture of a Bitcoin. A picture of a Bitcoin.
Sorry,
That was even worse.
There's a picture of a Bitcoin. We're live.
We'll get to the stream in a second. We'll get to the stream in a second. We will. We promise.
So, nice little cameo from my mom.
Hashtag mom cameo? In what episode?
Mom cameo. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, it has been about a week since Aniki and Jeb met up with the Doctor and Shep. And you guys have been preparing for an infiltration of the nearest wall city because it is believed to be the current location of the Sidewinder. you've had a little bit more description of him, that he is an older man with darker black hair with streaks of white. He has a scar on his face, and blue eyes like the rest of the people within the walls.
OMG, and just like me, I'm so quirky.
Yeah. So I can't remember. Did we say? Okay.
Did we say?
What did we say?
Did we? What was the hair color and eye color we declared for?
Oh,
Your
she has
character.
pale skin,
For-
black hair, and blue eyes.
Carnation has like.
Carnation. Okay,
Carnation was like-
I was gonna say Carnation. It was gonna be the wrong flower again.
Brownish yellow eyes
Carnation has-
and brownish black hair.
Yeah, it's dark brown hair, brown eyes. We did art for this. We did art.
We did.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
You should be sorry. How fucking dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you?
I'll say that the doctor, actually no, I'll say Shep helps you, Carnation, with your hair because they want it to be blacker, because they're not sure how well you will pass with your eye color being what it is, as a city citizen.
The fucking city slicker.
As that we can call them that for now, as a city slicker. So you guys have been kind of being trained a little bit from what Doctor knows about the Blackcoats, of how they speak and how they kind of act. Lucky for you, it's not like the most different from how the bunker people lived.
Oh, suspicious. Why is it so similar? Huh?
They don't, from what he knows, they use very similar language. So you don't have to like learn any new language or anything. But they also have what's it called? Numbers, which are tattooed on the we love how I can hear everyone plug in anything in this house. On the center, like underneath the inside of their elbow, like, here, which denote which wall they were born in.
Are we gonna have to get fucking tattoos?
Yes, you will. It is your last day, and this is the last step. You are fucking 10-year-olds.
We're
No,
not 10,
sorry.
we're 15.
You're 10. Carnation's
I'm not
15.
10!
Carnation's 15, and then Eva's 14.
Oh, yeah. And, yeah, so you guys are getting your first tattoos, baby.
And this is traumatic for them because neither one of them has experienced any kind of real pain before. Not having a fun time.
Don't suppose they had books on stick and pokes in the bunkers.
But bunker society, like, the people who entered the bunker initially, like, the first family were, like, people who fucking liked segregation. like, because this is the 60s, and you have to think about the people who were preparing really, really hard for the apocalypse in the 60s. They weren't cool dudes,
Have they ever seen
They
a
weren't,
person
like-
who's not white?
Yeah, they weren't, like, tatted up fun guys,
Tatted up fun people. They were.
Why I said I don't suppose. Okay.
Yeah. So you guys, who goes first to get the tattoo?
Me. Immediately.
Okay, so what is Eve doing during this
Crying.
process?
Hugging her little rabbit stuffed animal and crying.
Oh,
don't-
fuck. What was the rabbit named?
Buddy.
No, it wasn't Buddy.
It's Buddy now.
Here's the funny thing. The recording is gone.
Yeah,
Nobody
I
knows.
know.
fucking knows.
That's why.
Fuck
That's
you.
why I am fucked up about this. It's awful.
Because we'll never fucking know.
It
Because
is what it is.
somebody didn't save it.
I'm sorry, okay? I was really busy getting misgendered by my family out of state. It's funny
That's not an
because
excuse.
I'm out to everyone in my family and they just don't do it on principle because I haven't asked hard enough. I don't know what they want. But so you're hugging
Buddy.
wasn't it Mr. something?
No, it wasn't Mr. Anything. It wasn't.
No, it was Mr. Something.
No, it definitely was not.
It definitely fucking was. It's my goddamn stuffed animal.
Eddie?
It was Ed!
Ed,
It was
it was
Ed!
Ed.
It was Ed! It was Ed!
Thank you. So you're hugging Ed and crying, and Daryl, the Edier, is sets his head on Carnation's shoulder as Shep lowers the dipped needle to your arm.
I attempt to use my free hand to fist bump Daryl.
There was an
Jeb
attempt.
Tries to hold your arms like, don't move, and
My free arm.
yeah, your free arm. You don't want to like move around.
I am aware.
And Daryl tries to like head bump you, but he has so many antlers that it just like hits you with the antlers.
Thank you, Daryl. Solidarity.
Hey, Pixie, could I ask you for a request?
Yes?
Can you send me a PDF of, Eve and Carnation without a background? Like, with the transparent
Yes, I
background?
can.
Because I do not want to go through this entire PNG and make it transparent.
Yeah, I can. I just, my camera's gonna have to go off.
Then it can wait.
Okay. It'll come back on, but it...
We love. So, Carnation. We're using D20s, correct? In this
Yes. Yes.
Roll me a fucking D20 right now.
Okay. Shit, I have one of those.
Roll me a fucking roll, little bitch. Roll.
You don't have to be rude about it, jeez.
Roll.
Are you mentally okay?
No.
If you have to ask that, is the answer ever yes?
No. It's never.
God damn it. I
remember earlier I was like, this is gonna be a scary session. We haven't gotten there yet. I swear.
No, with us.
We'll get there.
Oh, shit. Oops. Oop. Oop. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Okay.
Oh, what? Oh, what?
Yes, I'm trying to do something real quick with the stream. And, fucked it up a bit. I fixed it, don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Okay, bro. If I turn my camera back off and then send you the PNG and then put it back on, will it fuck with the setup?
No,
Like,
it'll turn back to
permanent?
normal. Can we take like a 5-minute break so I can
stay-
fix the rest of the fucking stream?
Yeah.
Fucking great, besties. Do something.
Look at my arms.
Fuck. What did I do?
Oh wait, are we on break right now?
Yep.
They weren't even seeing my arm thing. Look at this.
Yeah, they can't see shit right now, so...
Okay.
I'm going to get into the mood to be scary. 1 second.
Okay, I sent you the transparent PNG.
Thank you. I love you so much. Hugs
Love
and
you too.
kisses. We'll be back in just a second, folks. I gotta fucking do this thing to make it better. I wanna add a little spice.
I swear to God, I'm gonna go look for my dice. Okay.
I have Creepy Old Guy by Beetlejuice stuck in my head. Why are you looking at me like that?
Like what?
You were just like,
I was just thinking about how I'm gonna like emotionally destroy you, bitch.
Jesus fuck. Anyways, I have the characters behind us now, so.
Oh my, yes, yes, yes. Oh my god, I'm just like too excited to hang out with you guys to be freaky. And I'm also like nervous and sad.
Why are you sad?
I'm sad because I might not get to move to Florida because my parents want me to move to Seattle with them before I go to school.
And you know what? That's okay. I can drive to come see you when you move to Georgia.
No, I'll drive to come see you.
I'll drive to come see you.
I'll drive to come see you first. Maybe I can even just go to Florida first and then just drive to SCAD. Honestly, I feel like that's pretty fun. But yeah, I don't know, and I'm sad that I'm not gonna get to like be there with you for a long period of time. Be close by.
It's fine. What matters is that you're here now.
It's fine, where you're just like, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine, bestie.
It's fine, bestie. It's fine. Also, let me show you the cat that was on my doorstep the first day I arrived in Georgia.
How the fuck do you spell carnation?
C-A-R-N-A-T-I-O-N.
Whoa. C-A-R...
N-A-T.
N-A-T.
I-O-N.
Thank you, Ulu.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I sent it to muted. Look who showed up. Look at my little guy.
Okay, now that I have the characters' names above them, now we're all ready to go.
Look at my little guy before we go.
Fucking hell. Okay, I'm looking at your little guy. Oh, that is a little guy. Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
After this short break, we're all ready to go.
Are we back?
Yes. We were never on break. We could see everything.
What?
Wait,
are you serious?
No, I had a white background over it. I think.
We'll know in post. We'll know in post.
Oh my god, I don't think I did.
They could see my arm thing.
Pixie, are you ready?
I look. I don't look. I slay.
Okay, we'll come back on.
Well, those were some intimate thoughts I've shared.
I certainly didn't mute it.
Wait, what? Guess what? Congratulations, audience. This stream is limited edition. Unless it turns out really good, then I'll just let the internet know about my personal life.
You didn't share anything too personal.
Yeah. Yeah. You know. Let's keep going with this.
Pretend this never happened. I can't believe I forgot to mute it.
Okay. Pix, arise.
Pix.
Carnation accepted. Okay. You have some dice to roll?
I don't have dice. I'm just going to use the bot.
Okay, lovely.
I've lost all of my
I'm
dice
so
again.
sorry.
Apparently.
I'm so sorry. I was like, yeah, I'll just mute it. Oh man, I gotta make sure they can still see what's going on so they can see the edit I'm doing it. Oh, as a fun fact, one of my friends isn't allowed to hang out with me anymore because I was playing with my knife on my Instagram story and her parents stalked my Instagram account and saw me doing this. Let me grab my knife. Oh shit, I'm running over my oranges. Because I did this.
Sounds like shit my parents would do when I was
Because
like 10.
I did this, and then I had a
What'd you-
Hello Kitty sticker filter over my eyes.
Adorable.
But it was apparently really threatening, and I'm a bad influence.
So Carnation. When you have a belt, like tying your hand to this like old chair, the hand that's being tattooed, and when the needle pierces your skin, it's a just burning pain that you have never experienced before.
I haven't experienced pain really before, so ow.
I mean, you, like, fallen over, you've gotten scrapes and scratches and stuff.
I said, that's why I said really. I haven't really.
Yeah.
Going on my fourth orange.
Yeah, this blunt needle goes in to your body once, and it feels like it's there forever, and then it comes out.
Ow! Ow!
You okay?
Ow! Ow!
Well, that was the first one, and she keeps going.
Okay. Okay. I don't know how tattoos work, so we'll just...
So, the needle is dipped in ink, and then that needle is dipped into your skin, and thusly the ink is pushed under your skin, and then a cloth is used to wipe the excess ink off the skin as you puncture until the design is finished.
And that was one.
That was one.
Oh, I just had a stranger DM me.
I rolled a 14.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing you've ever experienced. You're not breaking down. But, I mean, actually, it is the worst pain you've ever experienced.
But it's also, like, not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Okay. There are tears rolling down Carnation's cheeks, and she's just... I'm fine. You know?
Eve is just watching, like...
Actually, I think Aniki is, like, trying to give Eve a hug. And the doctor is trying to explain to Eve about how tattoos work. The doctor said the explanation that I just gave. And then you put the needle in again. And
multiple times.
I mean, yes, the process repeats itself over and over and over again. And that's how you get the design. The ink is injected subdermally under the skin, where where it stays forever.
For forever?
Oh yeah. But I mean, forever isn't that long out here.
You can't wash it off?
No.
Can we just draw them with marker?
There are no markers in the apocalypse, sweetie.
We can make a paste out of berries or something. It can act like a marker.
Eve. If they find out you're faking it, you'll die.
And she's just hyperventilating.
He gives you another hug.
She's just hyperventilating, like sobbing, like shaking.
Carnation, Daryl leans his head onto your shoulder as the tears run down your face and starts using his big forked deer tongue to lick both of the tear lines from both of your eyes at the same time.
Because it's salty.
Daryl, I appreciate your efficiency.
You feel his big furry head like pressing up against your cheek, and it is very comforting in this moment. And as you
I need no comfort of a man.
And as you finally like just sort of lean into Daryl's animal embrace, you realize that the pain has stopped. Well, congratulations.
You stuck that needle into my arm so many times and you will pay for it.
Well, do you want the apple or not?
Apple?
Yes.
Like a real apple?
Yes, we had them the whole time.
Do you want to stick more needles into my arm? Can I have more apples?
We don't have to stick we gave you apple sauce, which is made from apples. I assumed that you knew we had them.
Well, how was I supposed to know that you had them?
Canonically, Eve has been eating oranges and crying.
What is applesauce if not sauce for apples?
Applesauce is sauce made of apples.
And if it's sauce, tell me, what does it go on? Apples. Exactly.
You might be right. and she pulls an apple out of her, like a fresh, beautiful red Fuji apple out of her saddlebag and hands it to you.
I grab it and I try to wrench my hand out of the belt.
She, like, as you try to, like, the tattoo hurts so much as it gets pressed against the belt. And she's like, hold on, I will unbuckle you. And she, pulls the, like, strap out and yanks the belt right off of your arm, and you are free.
I stand up and I take a bite of the apple and I walk away with my nose in the air and a single tear rolling down my cheek.
Daryl follows you and tries to eat your apple.
I take my finger and I take a tiny little bit of the apple and I toss in the other direction and I run away.
Daryl instantly knows what you're doing and grabs the apple chunk between the two forks of his tongue and looks at you with knowing eyes.
Clever man, Daryl, but you will not have me. I love him so much.
And
okay, Eve, your turn. Try not to cry too much, because I didn't cry at all. It doesn't hurt.
I got this. I got this. I got this.
did Eve ask any questions to the doctor about anything he was saying?
No.
Okay, because
She just cried
then...
and ate oranges.
Yeah, you ate oranges. Oranges are, I think, probably one of the only fruits you had a sort of idea of how they tasted because you had like orange jellies. So I feel like this is definitely kind of a comfort food, maybe for Eve.
She ate the last can of beans, like while she was watching her crying, and then just started eating oranges. Like comfort food, comfort food, comfort food, comfort food.
And Aniki looks at you and goes, "I'm gonna be here the whole time, right next to you, okay? You're gonna be okay." And she squeezes your hand between her hands. She's gonna be okay. You're gonna be able to do this, okay?
I got this. I got this.
You're brave, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want that apple, right? And you're gonna get through it, okay? Roll a d20, please, as Eve gets strapped to the chair. Did you roll?
Can I roll again?
No? So, as Eve gets strapped to the chair, you get because you're a little bit younger, and you're a little bit smaller than Carnation, Shep does 2 belts around your forearm so that you can't move it at all. Oh crap. I'll plug in my laptop real quick. We're moving settings. I'm gonna be in the
here's
dark.
The thing. I'm not sure how old I want Eve to be. Because, like, sometimes she acts mature, sometimes she acts like a 10-year-old, and I'm like, she's an emotional attachment to a stuffed animal, but also I do. I literally grabbed this from my shelf so I could...
Lovely. Just a bunch of teenage elementary schoolers.
They need shelter their whole lives. It's...
Bruh, us sheltered? Never. So, Eve, as the needle hits your skin, even before, thoughts are racing through your mind. What are some of the fears that Eve has?
She's always had a fear of needles when they would get the medical shots. And, I imagine they got, little flu shots and shit. Basic, shitty ones. She's always had a fear of needles. And I would like to imagine that, she got stung by a bee one time. And she's had a fear of anything prickly since, and she's had, nightmares of being held down while, bees, sting her and shit. Or being held down when people, draw her blood for medical reasons, for, flu shots and stuff. And it's this, but so much worse.
Yeah.
She cannot handle pain.
When the needle hits your skin, it feels just like that first bee sting. It draws you back to the memory of watching your grandfather shoot animals in the hall and in the vents. It hurts more than any pain you could have imagined.
Well, she's screaming.
Aniki holds down your shoulders so you don't shiver.
She's just like screaming and thrashing her head and like begging for it to stop and like sobbing her eyes out. She's nearly ripped the ears off her stuffed animal. She's going fucking feral.
Carnation comes running. Like, she grabs a stick off the ground. She grabs a rock off the ground, and she fucking runs, and she just yells, "Stop! Stop! Stop!
Shep,
Right now!"
Shep gently raises the needle. It'll hurt more if we wait.
Carnation drops the stick and the rock, and goes up to Eve, and like a hand on both of her face, both sides of her face, like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
She's not saying anything. She's like foaming at the mouth.
Okay.
She's like full panic attack. This is how I felt when I got my blood drawn when my heart failed in the hospital. So, it's a relatable moment.
Well, now I'm scared to do anything.
Come on. She's frothing at the mouth like a feral animal. What are you gonna do, bitch?
Jeb and the doctor have also arrived to hold down Eve to make sure that she doesn't thrash.
I'm bad under pressure. Okay, Carnation is best friend with Eve. Has this happened before? Is there anything that, like, Carnation knows to do that'll calm her down at all?
What do you think is the most stressful experience Eve had in the bunker?
When she got stuck in the vents.
What did Carnation do about that? What was the thing that made Eve calm down?
Is this a me choice? Is this a me
I
choice?
mean, it's an either of you choice.
I also would just like to say we had someone called a Wessel Gamer go, the two things I'm afraid of, girls in D&D. Anyways, so when Eve got stuck in the vents, I think the only thing that like calmed her down was like a light because she was terrified of the dark. I mean, I don't think there's much that could calm her down right now, because she's never had a panic attack this bad. But
I think like in that moment, what is like, I think maybe it was like that sort of I can get you out of here sort of thing that probably like brought you guys together in that moment of like being in the vents. Because like Carnation probably, because you were such a fucking little rebel child, had a better knowledge of the vent system than Eve did.
She goes exploring.
Yeah.
She knows, okay, Eve knows the vent system, but from like a diagram perspective, and but Carnation knows the vent system from like experience and feeling things out and knowing where everything is, which is probably what is more useful in this situation.
Yeah, so yeah, Carnation, you are at this crossroads of not being able to lead your friend out of harm's way.
Okay. Eve. Eve. Can you look at me? Okay. You don't have to say anything. And you don't have to calm down either, because I know that's hard. But I think this might have to happen. So look at me. Okay, look at me. Everything is going to be alright. Okay? Nothing bad is going to happen to you right now. Everyone here wants your well-being above all else. And no harm is going to come to you, okay? So just look at me and just hug Ed really tight.
She ripped his ear off. Hold what's left of Ed, maybe.
Hug what's left of Ed. I can sew him back up later.
Yeah, we can fix him.
6th orange.
And we're almost done. We're almost done.
How close are they actually to done?
They're like maybe a fourth of the way through.
Okay. I'm leaning over to the person who's doing the tattoos, and I go, I lean over to Shep. There's gotta be something that can make this easier for her.
I think I have some... I have things that I'd rather not give to children.
Drugs! Oh, no, my orange!
No. I don't have to deal with real life situations.
I think at that point she's like slightly calmed down. I mean, she's not talking, but she's not screaming. She's just silently weeping.
I can give her something for the pain, but I don't know what else it will make her see.
Oh, fuck yeah, hit me up with that shit.
That's not good.
I want hallucinatory drugs.
I feel like that's probably not a good idea.
And opiates are in short supply.
Ooh.
They still have opioids.
Opiates? No, I think Eve. Okay, Eve.
What, you think I have a Tylenol? It's been like 200 years since Tylenol has been produced.
Okay, Eve. We're gonna take this one at a time, okay? It's gonna hurt, but you need to know you're in no real danger, okay? Okay?
Just give me something.
The doctor looks away and goes, "Yep."
You're not helping.
Yeah. And Jeb and Shep like punch him in the arm.
She just closes her eyes and like leans back.
Carnation like stays like in front of Eve.
Whose cat's meowing?
That's my cat. Saturn is hungry. Saturn is out for blood, and it's my mother's because she has not fed her yet.
I love your little guys.
Well, anyways, she kind of just tries to take it like a girl boss, leans back, keeps silent, crying.
Now, Fro, roll with advantage.
Fuck yeah!
You got that charming little pep talk.
They got a 17.
Ooh. After that, Shep
First
says,
was a 7. Whew.
I'm gonna start again, okay? And she looks at you for lay a sign.
She just nods her head.
And Shep starts again, and at first it hurts like a bitch, but it fades into the background. And you're hugging what's left of Ed and getting a sort of anxiety of, what if he's never the same? And then suddenly it's over.
I never want to do this again.
Do you want to hug now?
Don't touch me.
Suit yourself.
Do you want your apple?
Yes, please.
And she hands you an apple that has now been sliced. It's like sliced into a couple little slices.
I've eaten like 8 oranges now. Ugh.
Maybe you should stop.
Orange.
I have 3 oranges left.
No, don't eat the whole bag. Don't eat the whole
Don't.
bag.
But
Please.
it's so good. Well, anyways, she eats the apple and just like stares off into space. I'm getting vitamin D. I mean, okay, I probably won't because it's only 1 bag and not 3, but like I love oranges.
Okay, I just don't want you to get vitamin D poisoning again. I just...
Twice the charm.
So, with that, you guys are under... That was almost the last step in your preparations to going to the wall.
Girl bossing.
Girl bossing. You have a 3 days ride until you reach it. There's a couple more preparations that they give you, which is the clothes that the people of the wall wear. These are reconstructions because they don't actually super know what people inside wear. And they're made from the fabric of black cloaks. Both of you are fitted with small bodices, short cloaks, and ankle-length skirts. White collared shirts that are clean, and simple head coverings.
Do I have to wear this? This is like worse than the many fashion magazines we have. This is like worse.
I don't know. You know what, Carnation, can I pull you aside for a second?
Eve, if I don't come back in 10 minutes, come looking for me.
I'll shoot them all. She like kind of like adjusts the rifle on her shoulder.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. Sure, yeah.
Aniki just takes you slightly outside of where you've made camp for the night. And you're still in with eye shot of the fire. And she sits you down on a log next to her and goes, I
Whose fucking Discord's going? Oh.
Discord's popping off. Pop off says, pop up.
I keep
pop
all my
off.
notifications on, and God knows why.
I keep my notifications off. Everyone thinks I'm dead. Uh, and she sits you down on a log next to her. Lovely, lovely pop off queen right before this conversation. And she starts, "It's been weighing on my conscience what's about to happen.
That's never a good starter for a conversation.
I'm sorry."
Well, we were gonna die one way or another. Eventually. So what do you have to tell me? Tell me.
Carnation, I think you and Eve are great kids, and I want you to lead long and full lives outside where you can eat food that isn't beans and, see the sun, the real sun, and not the one that Eve painted on her wall. That I don't want you to live. Carnation, you can't act the way you act now inside the wall.
You gonna expand on that? You gonna expand on how I'm acting the way I'm acting? You gonna tell me how?
If you do the shit that you do, where you talk back and you ask weird questions and you bounce around and you wander off and you attract weird animals and take them with you, they will know that you're not one of them. And if they know that you're not one of them, you will not make it out, and Eve will not make it out without you. And then after that, they will come and find us and kill all of us, because we'll be outside waiting for you. I am sorry, because this all rides on you and your conscience and your ability to carry out an espionage mission and find somebody who might not even be real. And I'm sorry we have to put that pressure on you, but we can't sneak in ourselves.
And
Eve's tattoo took longer than yours, because if they don't let you in, Eve can still make it in, maybe. Because she looks more like one of them than you do.
Okay, well, I'm not letting her go in without me. You should have mentioned this sooner, because it's not exactly a switch I can turn off. And there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on me right now, and I don't work well under pressure. Okay, I don't work well under pressure. So what I'm thinking right now, is we got what? Like 3 days? There's like a 60-40 chance that I'm like not gonna manage it, but I'm gonna try. And it's not because you're gonna be waiting outside the walls, it's because Eve's gonna be in them. And I'm not fucking letting her do that alone. So I'm gonna try, but if we fail, it's on you. Okay? Thank you. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Right. I will spend the next 3 days attempting to not be me. I guess. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Cool, 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 cool.
I'm sorry.
Well, that isn't really worth shit right now, is it?
No.
Cool. Cool. Great. 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 What am I supposed to say here? Bye. I'll fucking try. Bye. I'm leaving now. Bye. Carnation walks off. Walks away.
And Aniki walks back.
Eve has been practicing throwing knives.
Fun for Eve. Yeah, I feel like the doctor is the person who knows about throwing knives, and I feel like he's been trying to tell you things about throwing knives, and you've been trying to throw knives at him.
You know, I feel like because she has practiced with a gun for so long, she has a good aim. But so she's like throwing it at him, and it's like hitting the tree next to him. She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to."
Oh, he's completely oblivious. They're hitting the tree, and he's like, "You're doing so well!" And he doesn't know that they're almost hitting him.
You throw one that's at a tree. You throw one at a tree, and I go up and I say, a little to the right. A little to the right.
I don't actually want to kill him. I just want to imagine it.
Sure is. I like this side of you, Eve. I appreciate this. Thank you for this. Thank you.
I used to throw sticks at the rats. Sometimes if you hit them hard enough, they just stop moving.
Okay, well, I like the rats, and I you know, if what was his name? John? Was John the rat?
I think John was the rat.
You know, you're lucky John got shot before your grandpa taught you how to shoot a gun.
Are you sure? How did you tell which one was John and which one wasn't? They all look the same.
It was a feeling in my heart.
That rat probably died ages ago.
When you have a soulmate, Eve, they don't just die without you knowing. I could feel in my soul the moment that he passed because I knew in my heart that.
Do you know how many times we ate rats? It could have been John at any moment.
You already said that we ate John, okay? You don't need to remind me that we ate John, okay?
I'm just saying. She like throws another one and it like catches the end of his hair, but like doesn't hit him like.
Oh, I think it catches like he has kind of longer hair, and you catch like the side of his hair, and you think it's gonna just go through it, but it catches, and he just goes, and his whole head gets stuck to the tree.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Here, give me 1 second. She just like grabs it and then like yanks it out.
You're too short. You're just like grab.
Carnation.
Don't worry, I got it. I
No. I grab it and give it back to you.
Oh, okay. Well, you're doing a very good job, and clearly you don't need my help, so I'm gonna walk farther away from where you're throwing them.
I could still hit you.
Be scared. She has a knife.
Cool.
She could hit you.
Cool.
Thank you for teaching me. There's like this dead look in her eyes.
He smiles at you and looks at you with like, and we're just two jolly little psychopaths talking to each other. Um,
She's
so it is the
trying her
second...
best after that.
What?
I think she's trying her best to stay mentally okay after the tattoo.
Um, yeah, so it's the night, that night, and you and Carnation are lying together, and Carnation, you look at your own tattoo and do see that it's like a serif font, like the font of the numbers. It says 27. Um, and the font of the numbers has, it's like a serif font, has little edges, you know?
I know what a serif is.
Okay, good. And you notice looking at your own that the edges are less rounded and less sharp than they are on Eve's arm.
Well, that's
What's wrong?
your tattoo looks different than mine, and I feel like that's has gotta be a bad sign, right?
Like a huge difference. It's just like yours, maybe took 15 minutes less.
Mm.
What did you two talk about earlier?
Well, remind me of her name.
Aniki.
Aniki, took me into the forest, and she told me that, that this is gonna be dangerous.
I mean, we already assumed so, didn't we? But we have to do this. We have to save the world.
Did they explain to us why they can't do it? Because,
They don't look like us. Even you don't look like me. We're the only ones who look similar enough to slip into the walls. They look at me and they see those people. I might as well be useful.
I'd rather you were safe.
I'd rather we still lived in the bunker, but I mean... It's great out here, and I mean, we'll get to come back.
Yeah.
Push comes to shove, we just shoot them all. I have enough bullets, I think.
Your aim is spot on.
I know.
You don't seem okay.
I'm just preparing. We don't know what's gonna come, and I'm terrified.
Well, we are the best darn fighting duo this side of the apocalypse. So, what are you doing, Toast?
I'm just making a wind sound. I want to be part of this because it's so good. I'm just going.
We're the best darn fighting duo this side of the apocalypse, and I believe in you. So, we're gonna do great, and we're gonna come back, and we're gonna save everyone. We're gonna do.
What did she really tell you?
She told me. This is fun. It's fun. She told me, that if I die, then you do too. And so this all rests on my shoulders. And I told her to go fuck herself. Because I'm 15.
If you might die, then don't go.
No, Eve, I'm gonna go. Don't be stupid.
We don't want you to be a risk, do we?
Should we stay in the bunker?
Well, we can't go back to that.
I know that.
If everyone in this country had a pink automobile, we'd be a pink carnation. What the fuck?
I think with that, we will
We're not gonna end it.
cut
can-
over
Good.
to the
I know you're not gonna end it there. I know you're not gonna end it there.
next day. The next day, okay? I've got some more gruesome shit to put you guys
Yes,
through.
I want.
I told you guys you might die today.
So excited.
That's what we prefaced this with earlier. Before
Oh
the
yeah,
session
yeah.
started.
We did. We prefaced it with that.
We might die. You know?
Oh, my
So-
stomach hurts so bad.
From the oranges or from
No,
this?
from the ice cream float, I bet. From the pint of ice cream, and then
I
The
ate an entire
spray.
pint of chocolate ice cream today.
No, fucking don't put the fucking
Don't put
orange
the
down.
orange
Put the
in your
fucking
mouth.
orange down. The orange is going to make your stomach hurt more.
no.
No. Go get a fuck. You're gonna vomit, bro. You're gonna vomit. I can see us in the reflection. Wait, let me move my head around. She's a maniac. Because I can see myself in Pix's mirror. She's a maniac, maniac on the floor. And you should go get a trash. Oh my fucking god, how did you fit that down your throat?
I practiced.
Okay, so. You know, back to the session. Pix, are you there? Okay. I love how you just fall out of the frame every time. So, do you guys want to go through the next 2 days, or do you want to just cut straight to it?
Whatever you want. I'm fine
I
with
think we should-
anything.
I think we should just cut straight through it. I have some stuff I want to get into.
Okay.
We're gonna get sidetracked if we do the next 2 days. So
Yeah. I think so. The last few things is that the doctor pulls aside Eve.
Oh.
Eve. Shep has informed me that you don't like me very much.
That's not true.
Which I know not to believe you.
I enjoy your company very much. Your information is valuable. I enjoy your stories. And your very curly hair.
Those are all very flattering compliments. Look, you remind me a lot of myself. Back when I was a young lad, I basically lived in a bunker. My entire family was isolated to a single camp. We thought we were the only encampment in the area, but that's how we met. That's how I met Shep and, you know, other people and all that stuff. And I mean, that happened to me when I was a little bit younger than you, but it was a hard transition, and I never had to do anything like this. And you're going to face a lot of very dangerous people that you won't be able to shoot um, because it will be too conspicuous. Um, so I made you a couple things. And he hands you a little tin that has been polished to the point where the like markings and stuff have been removed. And screws off the lid, and inside it's just looks like a lip balm or like maybe a hand lotion or something. And he goes, "This is a hemlock balm, and if you put this anywhere on your skin, and then put it onto an absorbent area of the flesh, such as the inside of the mouth, the eyes, the nose, the butt, most parts of you know what parts of the butt that I am referring to. Under the nails in an open wound, that kind of stuff. They will have a heart attack and die. And I made you this as well." And he gives you a little necklace, and it looks like a little like cross, like a little crucifix. And then he just like pulls it apart, and there's a little pointed needle. And this is a rattlesnake needle. This is also a nerve toxin. So if you press it into the skin and you leave it there, 15 to 20 minutes later, they will, you know. But all this stuff you got to be very discreet about. You know what I'm saying? And the balm, you have to wash off yourself immediately after use. Because if you use it and you don't wash it off and then you forget or something and then you touch an eye or a lip or a butt, you get a lot, right?
And what about if everything goes wrong? Could we use it to finish the job before they do?
What do you mean?
They torture people, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
If we get captured and we know they're gonna torture us, wouldn't it be better to just use the things on ourselves? It would be the easiest option out, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
How many needles do you have?
Here. You know what? I've got some of this. And he pulls out a fistful of what looks like a candy, like a little dried sugared candy. It's like, but also like weird kind of. It looks not super appetizing. Now this is only if you are literally about to die, okay? If you are actively being tortured, or I don't know what the end of all hope feels like, but I feel like you know it when you see it. But it's this, and it's
Will it hurt?
Yeah.
It would just be better if it didn't. But thank you. She takes them, she tucks them in her pocket.
Well, and he gives you 2 little liquid vials. This will make it not hurt.
you. You really are really intelligent.
I am a doctor.
You are. I hope to learn from you if you make it out of here.
I hope I can learn from you too.
Well, I better find Carnation. I know she doesn't like being alone. She has to go through a big change. Today's the last day she ever gets to be herself for a while.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll only be a couple days.
Anyways, I'm gonna go practice shooting knives a bit. See you, Doctor.
She walks away.
Okay. So you guys have a couple more hours to get ready.
Carnation! Carnation.
You?
Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Is your personality bland and hollow?
My personality will never be bland and hollow. And honestly, I'm offended that you would ever even, like, imply it. Like, I can't even...
Good to know you're still the same.
I
Anyways,
can be normal.
I have my knives packed.
They didn't give me anything.
Would you like a knife?
I would love a knife. Yeah, thank you.
She lifts up her skirt, and attached to, like, her thigh and her calf are, like, 4 knives. Just, like, wrapped around with cloth.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Here. Make sure to keep the sheath on. I don't want you cutting yourself.
I'm not that incompetent.
You one time cut yourself on a broken plate while doing dishes.
Okay, well, it was broken plate. Okay, and...
Yes, and you're
broken
always
plate-
supposed to hold it by the rim that is not broken. It was round on one end, sharp on the other end, and then you grab the sharp end.
Well, you know, I'm in my old age. My eyesight is getting worse, okay? So maybe the sharp side just looked like the dull side to me, okay? But I don't know why
They
you're
had
blaming me.
glasses, and you always refused to take your eye test. So whose fault is that?
I think, it's no one's fault because it wasn't a mistake and everything's fine. Everything's fine. I did great that day. I did great that day, okay? I did great that day, and I can hold knives by their not sharp parts of the knives. Okay? Okay.
Handle.
I also want to say, on this last day, she knows that she probably can't bring Ed with her, so she cut off his ears and made a necklace out of it. And it, like, is tucked into her shirt.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I'm pretty sure that somebody told you you can bring Ed with you.
Oh, well then she didn't. And Ed is tucked into her pocket.
Yeah. And, is there anything else you guys want to do, talk about before you go?
I would like to say a cheery and heartfelt goodbye to Daryl.
Daryl, Shep tells you that they will try to keep Daryl in the area so that you will be able to see him when you come back.
I swear to God, Shep, if Daryl fucking, like, dies under your supervision, or, like, I don't know, or if he, like, runs away because of sad reasons, and not because of, like, cool being set free into the wild reasons, I'm going to come out of that fucking well, and I'm going to stab you. Okay, you gave me a knife, and I know how to stab people. Okay?
I will keep this deer safe with my life.
Thank you. Okay.
I would like to talk to Aniki.
Okay. I will let Pix finish though. What do you want to say to Daryl?
I would like to give Daryl a gentle, tender hug around his very large and very fluffy neck. And I would like to say, Daryl, you have been a constant companion to me on this journey, while others could not. I feel a soul deep friendship with you that cannot be broken by mortal means. And if I don't make it out of here, I hope that you know that my spirit will be with you always. And I give him a kiss on the forehead, and I feed him an apple.
And you see that he eats it like a snake would eat an apple, and he chomps it,
Unhinges
and then
his jaw.
you just see it like slide
It
down.
goes down his throat.
But then there's
Like
a
that
small
orange
piece,
did.
the small piece of the apple that remains in his mouth, he just like chews on a little bit. And then he gives you a big wet like nose nuzzle.
You're perfect,
And-
don't ever change.
And he like rubs his cheek against your face. And does that thing that big bovine animals do where he rests his big neck on your shoulder.
I had a horse do that to me once and I cried.
I've never had a horse do that to me, and I'm gonna cry because of it.
Yeah, fuck you.
Well, that's unnecessarily rude. God.
You're unnecessarily
Um,
rude.
You
Yes.
ate an entire bag of oranges today.
No, I
You
still have...
bitch.
Progress.
Progress.
No. Get farther
Have
away
leave.
from the orange. So Eve goes to talk to Aniki.
Hi, Aniki. Can I pull you aside for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Is there any layouts of the map? Anything that could help us? No leads? We go into these walls and we don't know what we're doing? We search for a man we don't even know what looks like?
We know what he looks like. He has a horizontal scar coming from his eyebrow to his lip. He has it's a scratch on his face. It's deep into his face. He's gonna look different from the other black coats. And we know because we've seen him. He has salt and pepper hair that is cut at his neck, and he has blue eyes with brown in the middle. And he's tall with a hunch in his back, and when you see him, you shake his hand, and you find a way to say Sidewinder. Sidewinders are snakes, by the way. So, I don't know. And hopefully, if it's real, we'll help you out.
She slowly nods her head. I want Carnation to
Aniki,
make it
you
out of here.
What?
No, what were you gonna say?
Aniki, like, you see that she's starting to break, and she, like, starts to cry a little bit, and she pulls you into a hug.
She lets her hug her and then, like, steps back and pulls the vial, like, from the necklace that she made. Like, it's a single vial.
I want Carnation to make it back even if I don't. And if she does, and I don't, make sure she doesn't do anything stupid. Please.
Yeah. Okay.
It's terrifying. I'm staring death in the eyes. But I don't feel anything.
That's
Can't
what it
tell
feels
if that's
like.
good or bad. I hope we find him. But I know that we'll probably die. Well, I guess we better do it. It was lovely knowing you. I had a lot of fun traveling. I mean, I learned a lot. I know how to throw knives now. I could live out here. It's better than what I imagined.
You will.
I mean, it is nice to think. But, anyways, I wish you'd have given her more time. She won't be able to change, you know that. I wish she didn't have to come. But, whether you guys let her or not, she would find a way. She would bite through your arms. Well,
Let's.
let's. Got one chance. Better not mess it up.
Yep. And you see that Aniki leads you over to the horse, Butter.
Butter.
Little Butter, to be specific.
We had Big Butter, but he died.
Yeah, Big Butter's gone now. And you're led over to Little Butter, and you see that on his back is the doctor. And his hair is cut short to look like a black coat, and he wears a black coat himself. And he bears a silver pin, as well as a large hat that covers his eyes.
Are you here to escort us?
Can do. He wears a thin, white, powdery substance on his face and neck, but has his hands covered in black gloves.
Well, Carnation, come on.
Do you want a hug now? It might be your only chance. Oh my god. All right, let's do this. I'm normal person. I have to go to work.
We're gonna die.
No, Eve, we're gonna die.
That's just what I said.
Oh, well, you know me. Hard of sight, hard of hearing, hard of smell. Oh god, we're gonna die. No, we're gonna do great. We're gonna do great. We're gonna do great. We're gonna do great. We're gonna do great.
She's like already on the horse.
Yeah.
Carnation gets on the horse, question mark? Can a horse... Okay. I feel like a horse a little butter is not suited to fit 3 people.
Little Butter is a normal-sized horse, but you are smaller people.
Rude.
And you get onto his back, and you get closer and closer to the wall. You see that as you get closer, the wall is like flat and angled in such a way that it would be very hard to climb up, but very easy to climb down. And there are like small holes towards the top, and a singular, like barely visible, like door at the like the front end of this path that you go down.
So we don't know anything about what the inside looks like?
Nope.
I'll make sure to make a map of it. I'll draw you pictures.
I think maybe the main objective right now is surviving. Map later, maybe.
Once you guys get out, I'll be able to just see the inside. Because this Sidewinder will help us destroy it.
So do we have any idea where the Sidewinder is going to be?
No idea, but we know what he looks like.
Well, not exactly. You guys have some idea of where he'll be. You can check the guard barracks, which will probably be at the border of the wall. The doors should be open from the inside. So as long as you can find a way to get in there legitimately or don't get caught, I suppose you can get in there and find him. The area inside is relatively small, so all of the houses inside, as long as you can find your way around and quickly survey all of your neighbors, you'll be able to find your suspects and find your mark. And if you have to take out anybody along the way, they probably won't figure out it's you for a little while, but just try to find him quick.
Did they let Eve bring her gun with her, or did they have her leave it behind?
They tried to get you to leave as many weapons as possible.
So she left her. She kept one knife. She kept all her poisons, like kind of like hidden around her body.
The poisons they let you keep. The poisons they let you keep.
She just has one knife on her.
Oh my god, Fro messing up her own stream setup? Oh my god.
Who is the one who fixes them?
Who?
Who is the one who fixes them?
What is that referring to?
The stream.
You.
Oh, you. Yeah. So, is there anything you guys want to do before we get to the gate?
To cry just a little. Just cry a little. That's it.
And before Doctor looks at a couple rocks that have been laid in a line on the ground, and looks back to you guys. So, past this point, there is going to be no talk of the truth, because they'll be able to hear us. So, the story, you guys remember, you came from another wall, the mold plague killed your families. I am just a good Samaritan who is taking you from my wall to theirs, because I heard that they have more resources than us, and you have already been checked and don't have plague.
Sounds take two. Thank you for doing all of this for us, Doctor.
What? Don't. Oh. Yes, thank you for doing this for us. Good Samaritan.
Don't thank me, because I am doing you. I'm putting you in likely the most dangerous situation that you could be put into.
Acting.
I know
saying
you're acting.
No, the joke was that I actually fucking hate
I
what you're doing.
thank you. Thank you for telling me. Um, um, okay. And you guys start on your ride. And as you get closer and closer, you hear an almost like eerie silence as the sound of the forest seems to be absorbed by the walls themselves. And you make it to the gate. And the doctor dismounts from the horse, gestures for you to dismount with as well without speaking, and breathes in deeply, lowers his head, and knocks on the door.
There is no emotion on her face.
A slit opens, and you see a man look out, and he sees only the brim of the hat until the doctor pulls up the silver pin and shows it to him. And then the slit opens to a side door that you didn't even see before, and a man exits. He goes, "What is it?" And you see that doctor signs 2 children, and other camp died, plague, great. Children clean. We're not good enough to take them. Please. Well, we did lose 2, gained 1, so we could use some fresh blood, I suppose. Lineage, not sisters. Good enough. Well, I suppose you don't need anything else? No. Okay. And camp number? And he pulls up his own sleeve, where you see that he had already had a slightly faded tattoo that says 13. And their camp number. Yep, well, that's verification. Welcome in, guys. And he shuts the side door, and you see that this main gate just slides into the rock wall and opens up. And behind it, you see what looks like a very how would I say, like minimalistic little office in black and white colors with a beautifully polished stone floor that leads into a dirt pathed town, like almost a colonial town, with minimalistic black houses. Okay, well, bye. What did you say your name was? He spells out William. Goodbye, William. And Doctor waves off to both of you.
She signs him thank you.
He nods. Well, girls, it's going to be an interesting day. Okay, and he scoots you, gestures for you guys to come in.
She follows.
So is Carnation.
The door slides shut, and you hear it as the door slides shut. You hear that all of the sound is sort of resonating within this city, whereas all of the sound outside was completely silent. You hear stuff resonating inside, the sound of people talking farther away. It is pretty quiet, but not much quieter than your average small town. So, what are your guys' names?
Eve.
Carnation?
Oh, that's interesting. Well, we have, it is the Lord's Day, of course, so we've got a church. That's where most of the people are. You guys came at a sort of a inconvenient time. You'll be here in time for Sunday dinner, but, and we'll be able to, maybe find somebody, after to, take you guys in for the foreseeable future. We got a couple empty nesters around here, but, it'll be, we'll see. I'll have to check the waiting list for you guys. Do you have any, papers?
Papers? No. Most of it was taken by the plague and contaminated. We weren't sure if it carried anything, so we left it all behind.
That's horrible. I thought that the, plague only affected those mole people, but,
Seems it's taking everyone these days.
Yeah, it's mutating and everything. I thought all the radiation and shit was gone. Oh! But, things just keep getting crazier and crazier these days. Soon those, rats on the outside are gonna be crawling up the wall.
They could even get in. The mold is beginning to bloom. I think it's maybe their sprouting season, so I would make sure to watch extra carefully if you see any fungi growing.
Oh, this is the cleanest place you'll be. Welcome to 37.
So glad to be here.
She gestures, kind of nudges Carnation to also,
Thanks. Sorry, I'm not very talkative. But thank you.
She had a bad experience with the mold and her parents.
Yeah, really horrible. I've heard that, the brown eye gene can just make you super weak to disease.
It really is a shame her parents went so fast. Seeing flowers of fungi blooming in their throats was... I hope they rest easy now.
I hope that they can be with God in their afterlife.
She gently takes Carnation by the hand and continues walking.
And he walks off to a desk, and you see that there's it almost looks like a modern train station or something, or bank. There's a desk and a chair, and a bowl of blackberries sitting neatly on top of the like front-facing part of the desk, and he walks back into a hallway that you see is like going straight into the wall. And he comes back with, and he leaves you guys alone for a minute.
We're not dead. Oh, she signs that.
Does Carnation know sign language?
I think, like, you guys know, I feel like you probably learned a little bit in the time that you've been here.
Okay.
She's trying to study the area. Does anything look out of place? Are there any people? How are they interacting with like everything?
You don't see a lot of people outside. You can see now that there's like a church building at the end of this sort of, like, the layout is basically that there's a main road leading to like two buildings at the back, which is like, or three buildings, which is the church, the city hall, and the courthouse, which are all set at the very back of this road that goes straight from the door to those buildings. And then that is like walled by houses and stores, and then like farm, like small, not like farm, but like, you know, garden plots in the back, and then a little sort of mini river, like a little ditch that runs on the direct outside.
She's taking mental notes.
And yeah, there's like maybe you see like a couple normal looking you know, birds and you know, small livestock animals like chickens.
Are they like non-mutated?
Non-mutated. As well as, you know, things like butterflies that you haven't really had time to stop and look at. As well as a lot of like flora and fauna that you recognize from like your books of garden stuff, like stuff to plant.
It's like nothing was affected here.
Well, I mean,
Do you
They
think
don't.
they were Do you think they were once bunkers? All of these places.
I think if they were, this wouldn't be as nice as it is.
I wonder how they made everything remain for so long. Nothing's mutated and everything seems, and she like kind of like touches the wall. Clean.
Well, that's new.
Yes, certainly. What does the air smell like?
It smells, whereas the air outside smelled foresty and dirty, and that sort of like beautiful whiff of that outside air, this smells more like fruity, like in the way of that end of summer ripe fruit, but also sort of like empty. You know how like if you clean your room with like all the stuff, and it would be like if you made a completely sanitary room and then you put one blackberry in it. You know, like it has a
So
very,
is there like chemical smell almost?
not a ton. Like, it smells like a place that has been cleaned with maybe a strong cleaner, but not something where you can really smell that cleaner really strongly.
So they simply stand there and
Like
wait
you
for him to get
bleach
back?
the whole place, but then you put Febreze over it.
Yeah, more like you left the room for like 40 minutes and let it air out, you know?
Mm.
Like
So-
how you're supposed to. But nobody ever does. We just love those fumes, baby.
Like the time I was cleaning the kitchen at school, and the guy poured bleach all over the counter, not realizing you're supposed to dilute it. My lungs
That
had a
time
word
I
with
accidentally
me.
had hand sanitizer. It wasn't on purpose, okay? I just had hand sanitizer on my hand and then I rubbed my mouth.
Anyways, they wait for him to get back.
He gets back, and he has some papers, and he goes, "Well, I'm Jacob, and I will. I mean, do you want to fill these out yourselves?"
Begin.
And he hands you two little slates with rough cut pieces of paper on them that have stone printed, little lines and stuff for all of your personal medical information, which is, because of the bunker, stuff you actually know.
Stuff Eve knows.
Stuff Carnation doesn't know, but
No.
Eve memorized carnations.
Yeah.
So, Eve fills it all out for them. It's down their height, their weight, like slight asthma, whatever.
yeah. You get all of that, and hand the stuff back to him. He gives you like a little dip pen. We love a dip pen. And you hand it back to him and he goes, "Yep, this is great." And he tosses it into a little basket and holds it under his arm. And you see both of you roll me some dice. I'll say that Eve gets an advantage.
What are we rolling dice for?
I don't have to tell you that.
17.
This makes me uncomfortable.
17.
Good.
Eight.
So, Carnation, you notice nothing. But Eve, you see that a group of black coats walks down steps. And there are two older men and three younger men. Of the group of five, which like of the two sections are you looking at, I guess?
The older.
You catch a man with a horizontal scar going from the top of the eyebrow to the chin.
She eyes lock onto him and she just watches.
He is like sort of calm, not like dead-faced, but calmly nodding along with the conversation. And I'll say that you vaguely sense some familiarity from the younger men as well.
What do you mean by familiarity?
Like, you can't put your finger on it, but one of them, like, sticks out to you as looking kind of familiar.
Can she study that specific person a bit more?
Yeah, make me another roll.
Advantage or no?
No advantage.
Fuck you.
16.
Oh my god. I will just describe him. So, this younger man looks like a sort of lanky, um, taller guy with, just a little bit too tall for his uniform. He has short cut hair, um, and a slight. You can tell that there is a tan under his eyes that is darker than perhaps someone of their complexion could get. And he has a tinge of brown in his blue eyes. They're a little bit green. A bitch on Instagram might call them hazel. I can't hear you. Your mic is up.
And for the old man, what else was visible besides the scar?
He has black salt and pepper hair, and a long nose and long face, deep set eyes, and you can't really see what color they are because he's kind of far away.
She watches them until she can't see them anymore. And she, like, makes direct eye contact with the dude. The old man.
You make direct eye contact with him, and he catches it for a moment and tips his hat to you.
She just, like, shakes her head and, like, turns away.
Also, just here's just a little quickie tip. There is sign that you've seen. There's like a pigeon sign that you've seen outsiders use, and then there is standard sign which you've seen insiders use. And so you could, if you ever wanted to try and signal to him, try to covertly use pigeon sign.
She's not going to yet.
Okay.
She turns back to Carnation and the guy. So, what else do we need to do?
Well, and you hear the church bell dinging out. I think it's time to talk to the congregation.
It's been forever since we've been to one of those.
Yeah. Gosh, it must have been so hard on the road. I'm so sorry for you guys.
A lot of sin. It's hard seeing everything and felt unnatural.
Yeah, it's a sick, twisted, unnatural world outside.
There were deers with 4 antlers.
It was disgusting. Everything about it was just against everything we had known.
Wrong creatures.
The one thing they never really taught us about was the history of the walls. Do you know anything? How have we managed to stay so pure while everything else is just so wrong?
Oh, well, I guess it's a simple story. I'll tell you on the way. And he leads you down this dirt road, and you see that the church doors, which is the central building, like at the back of this road, have opened. And, children come pouring out first. And, like, it's a lot of really young kids, like kids from the ages of, like, 3 to like 7, 7 to 8-ish. And a lot of them start running past you into gardens or towards ditches or towards houses. And he goes, "Oh, well, it's a simple story. A long, long time ago, there was the cataclysm that destroyed most of the earth, and there were a few brave men. We call them the Great Watchful. And, I mean, you've heard of the Great Watchful. And they came together and made our walls, which have stood for as long as the cataclysm has been present, as sturdy as anything, a material that absorbs sound, doesn't catch fire, and protects us from the rain. Well, not all of the rain, but, what is dangerous on the outside. Our leaders led us to perfect safety.
And that's why we don't let others in? We couldn't re-educate them? I'm just curious. I know that they are full of sin, but if you were to bring them into the light of God, could they not rehabilitate themselves in the image of His?
You're so sweet to have empathy for them. But they are not like us. They are not of God's chosen flock. And he keeps leading you to the church, but keeps his hand on your shoulder.
She almost embraces it. What's Carnation doing?
What's Carnation up to?
Carnation has been pointedly, you wouldn't know it if you weren't someone who knew her, but she has been trying not to make some very sarcastic comments and jokes this entire time, and also she's also like been sort of like nervous, head to the ground, like, if anyone tries to ask me what I know, I can just tell them that I was too sick because I have brown eyes. Like,
also, I just want to say that Eve has been holding Carnation's hand this entire time, and is like every 5 minutes giving her 2 squeezes of the hand.
Carnation gives back one every time you do. But she's also been holding it very tight this entire time. So
so you guys make it to the church.
Turn your camera down a bit.
And he walks in and with you guys, and you see that the church doors are open. It's a very plain church on the inside, just, simple pews, pulpit. I know church words. And
I had a seizure in a church once.
I've seen churches before, and I listen to a lot of podcasts, and he goes, "Pastor," and and the pastor, who's an older man, large, acne-scarred nose, and thin white hair, and he goes, "Jacob," and gives him the sort of one-armed bro hug.
Totally not homoerotic.
We love. And
no, they're too enlightened by God.
the power of Christ compels them
To stay
To not be gay.
straight.
to not be gay. They do not touch butts. No butt touching happens. Not even wiping.
They don't wash their dicks because that'd be gay if they touched them. They
How
all
do
sit
I-
peeing down.
Have you seen that Reddit story that's like,
Yeah.
how do I get my boyfriend
How
to
do I
wipe
get my boyfriend to wipe his ass?
because he thinks
I'm
it's
trying to tell him about
gay.
this, but he says it's gay.
I love Reddit. People are horrible. People are horrible monsters. Back to it. And the pastor goes, "Oh, well, who are these adorable little ladies?" "Oh, these are." Introduce yourself, girls.
This is Eve and this is Carnate.
Kurt.
Well, Eve and Arnett, you guys are so welcome into our congregation. And I'm so happy to see new faces in the group. And I actually have somebody on my list to take you to just today. I'm so glad you came to me with this, Jacob. You know, if you went to the sheriff, he would be horribly overwhelmed.
Pastor, I do have a gift for you.
Oh, of course.
So, I'm not sure if you know, but we did come from a wall that had fallen to the plague. But
Oh,
there is one thing we were able to keep safe, which I think you would enjoy.
She brings
Mhm.
out the Bible.
This looks so old. Thank you.
If you check the date, it was before the corruption, everything that happened.
Oh my god. He flips to the inside page. Thank you. I will keep this in mind. And he tucks it into his cloak. And I was like, for a moment there, I was like, you're gonna give him the fucking hemlock balm?
Me
Like-
too. I was like, are you about to give him opiates? Like,
No,
We got to
she's doing that later. Remember, she still got a
And-
pocket full of candy.
And he goes, well, I am going to go fetch her right now. You are going to love her. And he looks
Okay.
at Jacob and goes,
Okay, that's fruity.
and he goes, come with me. And
Okay, but one question though. Okay, so I missed what the candy does.
the candy is a suicide pill.
Okay,
It
continue.
induces seizures, if I remember.
It is a nerve toxin.
Love that. Cool. Okay, let's keep going with the. I was gonna call it a video game. It's not a video game.
Oh my
You're
God.
on video, and this is a game.
Yeah, because she has the suicide juice. She has the rattlesnake tails. She has the suicide candy.
Yeah, I got the rest.
She has the hemlock balm.
And so you guys are left alone in the church, as far as you know.
Is the candy dissolvable?
You can try. You can, if you'd like to make a roll, you can discern whether it is dissolvable without experimenting on it.
I'll do that. It's a 14?
It is not. It's feasible that you could solve some of it, But
so, like, if I
it
were to
seems like
place it in a hot cup of tea.
it's kind of like if you've ever had like chicharrones. Oh God, you're not like brown. Um, oh my God,
I'm
white.
palm-colored everywhere.
Palm colored people, am I right? And you yeah, like it's if you have you ever had like freeze dried fruit? It's kind of like, you know how there's like powdery freeze dried fruit, but there's also kind of hard freeze dried fruit?
When you put freeze-dried fruit into water, it doesn't dissolve. It just kind of it goes like it's like cotton candy. It goes all wet and then it like clumps up.
Yeah,
And
yeah, kind of
it's
like that. Like it's kind of like freeze dried. You can see that there's like a kind of sugary coating on the outside that seems like it would dissolve pretty easy, but like the actual texture of the candy wouldn't be super unnoticeable, you know?
Okay, I have another idea. Well, continue.
Okay. You guys are alone in the church.
It's almost nice.
I mean, nicer than where we were before.
She has her little, like, her sketchbook with her. She kind of, like, slips it from under her cloak and writes, I saw him.
Um, well, well, that's good then. That's good.
Maybe, but I think we should wait for the pastor. I'm excited to see who he brings.
Right.
You're doing good. I'm proud of you.
I should be the one comforting you. Thank you.
Now they wait.
You and with that, the pastor arrives at the church door again with Jacob and a woman. She is like seemingly between the age of maybe like 25 and 31. Um, and she has a sort of brown, light brown hair, very light, like very light eyes, very watery blue. Um, and she wears a large black
She's
skirt.
brown hair?
She has, yeah, like a light brown, mousy brown hair.
Doesn't everyone else have black hair? Does she, like, stand out?
Most other people have black hair. And she goes, and as soon as she sees you, she like bursts into tears, and like runs up to hug you guys.
I mean, she stays in character and accepts it.
Oh my gosh, ma'am, are you alright?
Oh,
It's alright. Please calm down.
oh gosh, I must be overwhelming you. Girls, this is Isabella. Mrs. Isabella will take you in for the time being until you are old enough to get married or, you know, move or something.
It's very lovely to meet you, Miss Isabella. I'm happy to be living with you.
Oh, gosh. God, bless me on this. And she she wipes a tear from her eye.
Note, Carnation is holding back a sarcastic comment so hard right now, but she's disguising it as gratitude.
She can see the thought forming in Carnation's
There's-
eyes, and
there's
she
a-
just like
there's a-
she just like
there's
but like while they're hugging, she squeezes the ever loving shit
There's
out
a
of
tear
Carnation.
forming in Carnation's eye, and she like, she wipes it away, and she's like,
She's just squeezing the shit out of her hand right now.
mm.
Just
Well,
Carnation, like, japs his finger, like,
Jacob says, well, I better be going. The wall isn't going to watch itself, and ears cannot listen if there's no one to record. So, bye.
Have a lovely day, sir.
Oh, a blessed day to both of you. And Isabella goes, well, I see you two don't have many things, but I can take you back to my house.
That sounds lovely. We've been wandering the streets for so many weeks. It'd be nice to be someplace clean.
Oh, you two girls have been through so much. And she wraps her arms around both of your shoulders and then walks you both out of the church. You guys get to her house, and you see it's it's closer to the ditch at the wall, but there's a couple more houses before you actually get to wall proper. And it's
Does like
yeah.
Eve kind of assume that it's like a status thing, like the closer you are to the church, like the more like kind of like higher up and wealthy? Is it kind of like the vibes that are being given, like the closer you are to them?
It's a very like the houses are so minimal and so the same that it's hard to denote status.
It's kind of like The
There are-
Giver.
Yeah, there are some houses that are larger than others though. But hers is of like a medium size, not necessarily very large or very small. And as you get inside, you see that there is dark stained wood floor, a simple kitchen, dining table, living area, and loft. And you see rocking in a crib with a dog, just a black dog with yellow eyes, standing next to the crib as it rocks. And every time the crib seems close to stopping rocking, the dog, like, unblinkingly touches the crib and then it continues to rock.
Is that a baby in there?
Oh, yes. Oh, my husband John and I were blessed with our first child very recently. I had some struggles in the beginning of our marriage, but God blessed us just 3 months ago with little Abraham, and I couldn't be happier. But I was on Pastor Isaiah's list for newcomers for a very long time, and you finally came. And just because I have Abraham doesn't mean that I couldn't take a few more. It's been so many years and without a child in the home that I could just take as many as God will give me.
The plague lasted for a very long time, and so I've never seen a baby before. I've seen pictures, but never one in person. It was too dangerous.
You can look at him if you want.
She like looks to Carnation, but like genuinely seems like almost like tearful, and she like walks over and she looks at the baby.
She's the baby.
You look at the baby, and he's a fucking baby. It's like, he's asleep right now, and he's just like, doing baby shit.
Being incomprehensible. No thought.
Yeah, he's wearing a little like, gray, woolen.
So is everything in this house gray?
There are some things that are brown. There is
That is terrible for babies.
It's all just neutrals, though, right?
Yeah, it's pretty
That's-
neutral.
That's scientifically terrible for babies' development.
Yeah, this is bad. Guys, I don't know if the first session or the first half of this session tipped you off. This is bad.
Not the greatest.
But of course, there is one thing that is worse above them all, and that is painting your baby's room a neutral color.
Neutral tone.
I can excuse the murder, but painting your baby's room a neutral color?
I mean, hey, at least it is not. I don't know what gender this child is.
A boy. Obviously, his name's Abraham.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry. At least it is not blue for boy.
Ah, yes. Blue for boy, pink for girl. Do you have penis or vagine?
Do you, small genderless child, have penis or vagine?
Do you shit piss baby? Question mark.
No dick, no balls, and probably no butthole
Probably no
since this
butthole since this guy
guy
feeds
sun
radiation.
radiation.
It is 1:30 a.m.
136, actually.
Oh no.
You're 6 minutes off?
I think. Well, I think that Abraham is still sleeping, but I can give you a little bit of food. I was making a stew.
A stew? Sounds
Yeah.
lovely.
And she pulls it off of. It was already like on, off of the fire, but it's on like a mat, and she opens the lid. Smells pretty good, but like peppery, but it smells very like
Bland?
sweet. And she pulls out a ladle and ladles some bowls for you guys, and I want you guys to both make some rolls for me.
Oh, go. Oh, God.
Why? Why are we making rolls?
This shit has cyanide in it.
Because I was gonna.
Anyway, it's a 19, but...
I was gonna ask Isabella what was in the stew. Can I do that? Am I
Yeah,
allowed?
do that.
Excuse me if I'm asking too many questions. You're very kind to take us in, but can I ask what's in it? I don't mean to be rude. It's only I have many allergies.
Oh, of course. It's
Did you write any allergies on her paper?
Oh.
it was
No, she's like thinking that like internally. She's
Wait, was allergies on the paper?
Does Carnation have any real allergies?
I think probably, but she also doesn't know what they are because she completely ignored.
So it was tuna. It was.
Carnation has a tree nuts allergy. Carnation, everything fucking. Carnation lives in
Carnation
the
has a tree nuts allergy, but all of the food that they, like half the food they had in the bunker was nuts, and she just ate them all the time, and she was like, God, these nuts are so spicy. It's like...
Carnation was allergic to palm oil and everything hurt.
everything hurt, but she was like, this is just what happens.
This is just what it is.
This is what happens.
And she goes, oh yeah, it's carrots and peppercorn, parsley from my garden, rosemary, potatoes. I think I threw some spinach leaves in, and yesterday's catch. Fresh meat, fresh slaughter.
Sorry, she said yesterday's catch?
Yeah.
Ominous.
And you rolled a 19. It's human meat.
Let me roll. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I also rolled a 19, so we both know it's human meat. Yeah, well, he said fresh blood, and when we came in, which was, the first red flag among many of his bag language.
She just takes a spoonful, looks at Carnation, smiles, and takes a bite. It's delicious, thank you.
Okay, well, if you don't find it to your liking, I have some fresh food in the garden or the pantry, and if you want any jerkies, I can make you anything you want. I have a few things saved up in this house, but I guess you'd have to find it first. And you hear the baby starts to fucking wake up however fucking babies wake up. I never see my nephew wake up because he sleeps in another room.
From what I can tell from television, they just start crying.
Well, no, they wake up. Okay, as someone with 7 siblings, they wake up, they're happy, they have the realization that they are awake and conscious, and then they start crying.
Lovely. Yeah, so he's getting to the point where he's starting to roll about, and she's like, oh, and she gets over to him and goes, I'm going to go take care of him in my room. If you need anything, John will be back in a few hours, but this is a very safe area, so feel free to go wherever you want.
Thank you so much. Make sure to take care of him. We'll be fine.
Okay. And she goes up the stairs to the loft.
She immediately and then just spits back into the stew what was in her mouth, and she just starts crying.
I mean, I don't have anything comforting to say. If you saw him, it will be good soon.
She writes in her sketchbook because she's not sure if other people in the town can hear the Watchers can hear.
She's just these Carnation's trying to be vague.
She's like, these people are fucking monsters.
Yeah.
Jerky?
Ominous. I don't know what to tell you.
She writes, I want to get out of here as soon as fucking possible.
Carnation just like mouths to the door. Like, let's go then. Like looking. I don't mean let's leave it. I just mean let's go looking.
She gets up, fixes herself, wipes her tears, gently places the spoon balanced on the bowl, and walks out the door.
Carnation takes a second after Eve's walked out the door to just like brace herself on the table and just be like, okay, and then she walks out the door.
Material girl.
And we can end it here, then do another session.
I think.
You can hurt us next session, it's okay.
Okay. We'll end it here. Goodbye.
Make sure
Goodbye,
you save this one, Toast.
I will save this one because it got good today. It got good today.
And next time you'll make it extra, because oh my god, it was like fresh kill your was like, fuck.
Anyways, it was lovely seeing you all. If you like the stream, please make sure to follow us. We have all of our socials down below if you want to follow a specific person. It's lovely seeing you guys, and to sign off, bye bitches!